Greetings and salutations, this is IvanDogovich with a let's try of a cool sci-fi roguelike called Out There Omega Edition. This is a great game making the migration from mobile to PC, and it's a great deal on mobile at about $4 for Android. Sold about 250,000 copies in the past couple of years, and a lot of people have really enjoyed it. But it's making the PC migration, and the PC version is due to come out this spring, this quarter here. So I got an early access key to a beta for it, and I thought I would just do a let's try of it and kind of explore it with you folks. And just wanted to kind of show it off a little bit. The graphics have been updated. It's got an awesome soundtrack, and the game is really kind of similar to Faster Than Light, although you don't have any combat, and it's all about resource management and decision making. So I'm going to go ahead and just start a new game here, and here we go. 22nd century, mankind desperately seeks resources beyond this exhausted planet. So far, we haven't reached the limits of our solar system. I'm an astronaut aboard the Nomad, passenger on a line that connects Earth to Ganymede, a moon of Jupiter. Until something happened. When I awoke from cryonics, I wasn't in orbit around Ganymede. In fact, I wasn't even in the solar system anymore. I was out there. So there you go, that's the intro to Out There. We'll go ahead and do play and get started here. So it's similar to FTL in that you start and you move from system to system. So here we are in that's the target system, the red system there with the red arrow. That's where you're trying to get to, and here's your ship. So you have started here on this planet. And if we have three main icons to look at here. We've got the ship icon, the system icon, and the Star Trek. We've got also three basic commodities that we have to balance. We have fuel, which is fueled by different elements. Oxygen, of course, which is what we breathe, and hull. If any of these get down to zero, you lose the game. Now, my experience with this game is watching about an hour of maybe a little more than that, an hour of a Let's Play on the mobile version, and I downloaded this one and just gave it about a 10-minute run and almost died. Decided to, this was a lot of fun, so let's get started. So, let's first of all take a look at our ship here. So this is our ship. And we have cargo space. All of these tiles are cargo spaces. Now, some of these things are cargo. And if you see the reactor icon there, that's fuel, and it fills this here. So we've already got 90 fuel in there. We've got 10 hydrogen in our stores. We've got 20 oxygen in our stores. And 16 iron in our stores. Now, this is all from the periodic element here, so that's kind of what that is. Common resources abundant on rocky planets are required for fixing the hull of my ship. So close that out there. These are blank spaces where we can add more resources. We've also got a space folder which allows us to move from star system to star system. If it gets damaged, you can repair it, and it will show you what you need. We've also got a reactor. This is our engine, which allows us to cruise around the star systems themselves. We've got a telescope, which gives us an idea of what the star systems are that we'd be moving to in our first move. And a drill allows us to gather resources from planets, and this allows us to gather resources from gas giants. So that's our ship there. I don't think we need to build anything. These are the technologies that we have, and these are the items that we already have on our ship. You can unlock new technologies, and you'll need to have the resources on board to build them if you get a new technology. So let's take a look at the system here. So here's our ship, and this is a space station. It will supply you with certain quantities of things. Now here's the thing. It's going to take us 10 fuel and 6 oxygen to go there. And when you get there, one of these 3 commodities will randomly be refilled. And because everything is pretty topped up, I don't think I need to go to the space station right away. So I think we'll probably skip that. So we'll cancel out of that. Our ship is just here in this system. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we can see over here. So our telescope, when we click on it, tells us this is a yellow dwarf and level 5 here. 16 fuel and 5 oxygen to get there. And we can travel to either one. Now, I kind of want to take a look at this here. We're going to kind of follow a path of stars. This is about as far as we can see. Toward this red icon. The red icon indicates a destination and also an ending to the game. There are a few different endings, and red is one type of ending. You can unlock some others within the game as you play. I think I'll just go left here, and we'll go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and go to this yellow dwarf here. We'll travel, and as we travel, you get a pretty cool graphic here. I probably won't watch that every time. We'll probably skip it. So then you get a journal entry here. Day 18. I passed by an asteroid. An artificial asteroid is made of rectangular blocks, shaped, sculpted, and laid out in different intricate ways, like a city of skyscrapers rising in all directions. I wonder what is in it for me. Will I leave, drill, or search for an entrance? Well, I'm certainly not going to leave. Let's check for an entrance here. I fly around the asteroid in a hopeless attempt to find an entry. Nah, this is useless. After some time of hopeless observation, it suddenly struck me that this is not a city or a station. This is a diagram. An entire asteroid is a diagram. What kind of people could have turned this rock into a technical cheat sheet? This is crazy. I take notes, laughing at the absurdity of the situation. All right. You've learned a new technology, planetary expander. Cool, I haven't seen this before, so let's see what that does. Planetary expander here. What are you all about? This module is added to the standard drill device. It increases the yield of mining operations by adding a laterally spreading fractal drills to the main drill. Cool. So that improves our drill and gets more stuff from rocky planets. We need 3 iron and 1 copper, I think, from that, or for that. Okay, so the other thing about this game is that it is all procedurally generated. The universe is different every time, which is cool. And just take another quick thing. I didn't explain this here. These are the specs of my ship. Power is how efficient your ship is getting from system to system. And that's okay. Ecosystem is how efficient it is with your oxygen, and then resistance is how resistant your fuel is to damage. Your hull is to damage. I say fuel, yeah, your hull is to damage. So this will conserve your iron resources. So iron, oxygen, and hydrogen, also helium, works as a great fuel. Okay, so that's our ship. Let's take a look at the system. So right here we have a rocky planet for drilling and a gas giant. So we're already getting a little low on fuel, so that's good. Now, this says it's a risky orbit. So if we go into orbit, we're probably going to take some hull damage. So we'll come here, we'll mine this for fuel, and then we'll come over to the rocky planet and mine it for minerals and see what we get. So let's come on over here. Let's get our probe. Okay, so hull damage. Wow, we were at 100 and we took damage down to 57. That's pretty significant. Okay, probe. Let's get the probe. Just default, I'm going to go with a depth of 6. It costs 6 fuel to launch this, and hopefully we'll get more in return from that. Okay, so helium is worth 4 fuel credits. So 4 times 3 is 36 fuel there. And the hydrogen is worth 2, so that's 12. So that was a very rich haul. We'll do that again. We'll go down to 6 again. Oh, 7, don't need to go 7. Launch probe again here. Now what happens is your fuel starts to wear out a little bit as you continue to mine into a point of minimal returns. Let's see if we can get more than 6 worth here. So that's 4, 5, 6. That's exactly 6 there. So that's not super great, that last one. And so it was kind of just a wash. So we're finished up here with our probe. Let's go ahead and give our ship some fuel. We'll give it this hydrogen here. And this will be double the 19, so it'll be 28, bring us back up to full. We should really get some hull resources here too, so that's gonna plus up our hull. That's good. And we'll put the fuel over here. And let's go over to that rocky planet and come back to the orbital system and come on the rocky planet. We'll orbit there, and we'll go ahead and land on this planet. It's going to cost 4 fuel, which is fine. We come down here, you've got a different graphic with each one. There are 3 types of planets you can encounter in systems. You can encounter rocky planets like this, and they can be different graphics. This is pretty doggone cool. You can encounter the hydrogen or the gas giants like we just did, and there's another one that's called a garden planet, which is has life forms on it, so you can run into alien life forms. So let's go ahead and drill here. Again, we'll go down to 6, spend some drilling. We got a bunch of iron, a lot of iron, okay, but not much else. So we're not picking up any other resources here. We'll drill another time and grab another one. Oh, here we go. So this is platinum. This is what is it? Thorium. Blackish uncommon element used in the production of reactors. Okay. We may not need that. And I'm going to grab this iron. We'll just grab the platinum, but we may end up dropping these later. So it's kind of random what you get. You can get different items that might bring you more knowledge about a planet. You can scan it and find out what it has. I think we'll call it there. We'll finish that up. Yeah, we'll finish this one here. We'll take off. It's going to cost us again some resources to get out of the planetary gravity well and back into the orbital system. So this is our system here in a yellow dwarf, and I'm going to go ahead and keep this a short episode so we can get this out. And I would like, we've got basically, I'll probably run this Let's Try with some input from folks here. I will go ahead and go to either of the shortest planets, left or right here, basically. So this would be right, and this would be left. I'm generally going to make my way this way, and when there's a choice of 2 stars, I will look for comments, and we will go. Right is an even number of comments, and left is an odd number of comments in the comments of the previous video. So as you participate in there, we'll do that. If you want to vote for it, go ahead and yell left or right. But we'll go. So we do have this yellow dwarf again, and we have a red giant in our choices here. So there is a ton to explore. I think we're going to go ahead and continue this. This little series out for a little while. We'll see. We may not survive past the 2nd episode. I don't know. It's possible. Right now we're doing okay with our resources. But it's pretty easy to get in a situation where you are you can get in trouble. But we can unlock all sorts of new technologies, and hopefully we'll run into alien life form in our next episode. So I do want to let you know that you can find out more about the game at www.outtheregame.com. And I want to thank... That's cool. I didn't know you could roll in and out. I want to thank FibreTigre, who is the developer of the game, for contacting me about this and sending me an early access key. I want to thank you for joining me for this Let's Try of Out There Omega Edition. You have been rocking the indies with IvanDogovich. Cheers!